guys, and welcome back, or welcome if you're watching my videos for the first time. And today I'm going to do something related to pageants because this was highly requested, but I'm going to do a slight twist to it. I'm going to do a reacting video. It would be kind of fun to react to my old pageant videos because some of them are so cringy, so embarrassing. I haven't watched most of them recently, like all these videos I watched years ago. I've been getting tagged on Instagram in pageant stuff and it's taken me down memory lane, so I thought it would be a good idea to kind of react to my old videos while I do a Q&A and answer your questions that you guys left on Instagram. Guys, so let's start the video with my crowning moment and then let's move our way slowly up to the Miss Universe pageant. So I found this video on YouTube. Oh my god, I hated this day and I'll tell you guys why in a bit, but let's watch the video together. Can't I walk? Do I not know how to walk? Why am I like...
Miss Universe Sri Lanka 2017, Christina Peiris, please.
Why didn't someone come and just smack me and be like, we're going home, pack your bags, this is not for you? First of all, I'm being crowned by obviously the previous Miss Universe Sri Lanka, who looks like an angel, who looks like a goddess next to me. First of all, I was so stressed with getting everything right for the pageant. Couldn't be on track with the dress that I was wearing because I was like, oh, can I design the dress? And also the lady who was in charge, our national director, she's such a sweet lady. Despite things that went wrong, and she was like, okay, like she gave me the opportunity to design it. But something went wrong with the manufacturing and I was not happy. My waistline was hit up on my rib cage, the sleeve was off, the fit, everything. I was wearing this gold dress, green jewelry, oh my god, that jewelry, and then red lipstick. Basically looked like a disco ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, even though I'm speechless tonight, I felt like it was my duty to say a few words, as I'm so delighted, honored.
It's so cringy, like I can't even watch. Good evening, ladies.
And humbled to be Miss Universe Sri Lanka 2017. My name is Christina Peiris.
Guys, I can't even get through the video without cringing. Like my stomach feels like it's on a roller coaster now, and it's not the good kind of feeling. It's just like, why am I doing this?
Fashion designer by profession. For those of you who don't know me, there are two things that I'm passionate about. One is my clothing brand Xtina, which one my dress is from today.
No, I'm gonna fast forward this now because there's a lot of me just talking. In a way, it kind of worked that I look like a disco ball. Like on that night, the person who was in charge, she comes up and she's like, oh, I have to tell you something. Everyone says you look bad. Okay, I didn't disagree with her. This was probably one of my worst looks ever when I was supposed to look my best on this night. It worked out because when everyone saw me, they were like, ayo, she's not going to do good. Who have you picked? Where did you find this girl? She looks better in jeans and a t-shirt. So I got all that criticism on the night that I was crowned. So people didn't bother. Interviews, magazines, and no one cared because everyone was like, ugh, this disco ball, what is she gonna do? She's just gonna go there, just be her disco ball self, and no one's gonna care. She's just gonna come back. Because they saw me this night and they were just like, thank you, next.
I'm truly humbled to represent Sri Lanka.
In this moment, I looked over at my dad and he was tearing, and that's when my voice cracked and that's when I started tearing. Good old parental trap. Next video I'm reacting to is when I was at Miss Universe. I was so thankful to be a part of the team. They called me for a lot of interviews and to be a part of a lot of videos, and that made me so happy because I felt included and I was like, yay, and I was so happy just to be there and be a part of it.
Hello. This is our mansion for the next 2 weeks. Yes. 7 shoes for this trip and I was wrong. I bought 12.
Guys, just look at me chilling in my jeans. During my time there, I didn't glam up so much because I had to buy most of my outfits. That is not who I am to wear gowns or like dresses the whole day. To the girls who did it, you guys are amazing. But I just wanted to be myself and just feel comfortable while I was there. And knowing if I dressed up so much or if I had to glam up so much on a daily basis, I couldn't be myself.
Okay, those are 12 shoes, but mind you, I have 12 suitcases.
India had 12 suitcases and I just had 2. In a way, I'm thankful that she had so many. Because of that, we got a bigger room. So we had our own sink, our own mirror, and so much of space to walk in our room. We had all her clothes like packed for her, day 1, day 2, day 3, what to wear. That had been packed for her, so she had nothing to worry about when she got to Miss Universe. It was amazing to see how organizations really prepare their girls for pageant.
Who takes the longest to get ready?
India really does take time. I'm going to call her Shraddha because that's her name. She took like 2.5 to 3 hours to get ready if I'm not mistaken. I would be ready in like 45 minutes. She would get up an hour early before me, have a shower, and then I would just wake up. It's so sweet, we still talk to each other. I always say this, we were like sisters in the pageant. I had only 3 weeks to get myself ready for Miss Universe, and I had not done runway before. I had not been in any pageant before. First, the one in Vegas that I went for, that was my first pageant like in my whole life, because when I was crowned Miss Universe Sri Lanka, I didn't go through a pageant. They had interviews, and that's a long story how I got into it. Vegas was my first pageant, the very first one I did in my whole life, which is why I'm like, oh, so stiff and so scared, because I had no proper training. 3 days of learning how to walk, which is not enough, whereas girls were practicing for years and months, which is why I say people deserve to be in the top 16, because they put so much hard work into it. I put a lot of hard work too. Seeing them backstage after top 16 was selected just was a bit heartbroken, seeing them cry. This is what I told you guys it's going to relate to in a bit. Different days were allocated to different shoots, and our supervisor was Penny. She was the sweetest. And she would come in and be like, oh, Sri Lanka, Christina, you have this shoot tomorrow, this tomorrow. Get our list the night before so that we could be prepared and ready on time. So I had to wear a white t-shirt because we were shooting for their hair sponsor, Chi. I'll insert the picture here. A handful of Sri Lankans had something to say about it because I was wearing a white t-shirt and they thought I was dressing too down. I was asked to wear a white t-shirt, guys, on that day. It was me and 5 girls who were selected for this hair shoot. I felt like I had to explain that because up until last year, my friend was like, oh, I met this girl and she was like, why are you wearing a t-shirt at Miss Universe? Like, leave me and my t-shirt alone. These are the pageant heels. These are the heels we wore at Miss Universe. Can you see how big that is? And I wasn't, oh, it says Sri Lanka at the bottom. And I wasn't a person who wore high heels in general. I would wear heels now and I would always fall when I wore heels. Obviously, they're not this high. Block heels for the win. The girls there, they rehearsed in this. They have walked in this for months. I went there and I put my foot into one of these for the first time. And I was like, oh, I definitely didn't get the training that I needed. But had I had one of these, had I walked for at least 2 months, I'd have done better on stage. But you know, I did the best I can. But that is the shoe. Now let's jump into another video. All the girls' complexions are much darker than they are in real life. I'm not mad about it. I love it. I have a few questions from people asking me. I was always told by my grandparents and my parents is to be patient. My father always said, let others win the 100 meters and you win the marathon. I currently have my clothing brand, which is a humanitarian brand, where I donate 1% of my profits to the cancer home in Sri Lanka. My mom passed away when I was 13 to cancer. And guys, what is going on here? What is this? What is that hairstyle? What is that outfit? This picture is such a priceless photo. To me, these are the luxuries in life. Luxuries we'll never get again. So we have on the far left, it might be for you guys, my grandma in blue, my great grandmother in orange, my mom in yellow, and me in pink. Priceless, and it's one of my favorites. But what is wrong with me? And I can't believe I sent this to Miss Universe. Contribute to the cause because it had a big impact on my life. I knew how hard it was for us as a family to afford the hotel. I'm sorry I'm pausing, but I really want to talk to you guys. Look at me rocking crop tops and high-waisted jeans and my hairband. I have been doing this since I was a kid. Nothing has changed. Also, look at my sister in the background, very interested. And I do want to help not only patients, like just their families as a whole, to kind of cope up with everything that they have been through. One message that I would give the whole world is to love one another. From family members to friends to strangers you see on the street, I think everybody needs to be loved. To give love and to receive love. I like shaking my head. To give love, to receive love. No, but that's something I still believe in. Loving one another, respecting each other is something so important that all of us need to do. It was like I was on the stage just last year. Oh, it brings back so many memories. The mic is there for a reason. Why am I screaming at Steve Harvey? I'm fantastic. He can hear me. Everyone can hear me. There's a mic in front of me.
Me too. I understand that you have 8 cats. What are their names?
So he got it wrong. It was supposed to be 6. I want to be cocky on stage. So I just went ahead and answered my cat's name.
There's Nameless, there's Bullet, there's Toothless, there's Mama Kitty, and there's Kiki.
You have a cat named Toothless?
Yeah.
He has no teeth?
No, he looks like the dragon from How to Train a Dragon.
You have no idea who that is. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Sri Lanka.
Show you guys the outfit that we wore on stage. It's so beautiful and it's so well made. It's by Sherry Hill. It's one of my favorite outfits. The top doesn't fit me because I've obviously gained weight since, but the skirt fits me, thank God. But hopefully I'll be back down to this size so I can wear it. Can you guys see all these details? We were given the option to choose which kind of design we like, and I went with that because that was the only size 0 at the time. Guys, I'm so sorry, there's a crow who wants to talk about his pageant experience. Ask me what was the most rewarding thing. I'll have all the questions pop up here. It was definitely this moment right here. Seeing my dad, like, look at his smile, like it just brought tears to my eye watching it back. That was the most rewarding thing to me. Nothing for me out of it. It was mostly seeing my dad happy. Ties in with the ones that I just answered regarding support. That's one reason why I'm so grateful to my dad, because he invested his time, money and effort in just sending me to Miss Universe. As I didn't go through a pageant, I didn't have many sponsors, a very little sum. I do so much things with that, including the visa. So when I went and got the visa done, I just had around 25,000 to kind of basically go represent Sri Lanka. Definitely one of those times, it's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do to your country. And my dad and I, we looked at it that way, in that aspect. The reason I'm mentioning it is because on the news they said they gave me a large amount of money, which is not the truth. Yes, if you do go through a pageant, it's going to be a different story for you. I wanted to know about the interview and what the interview was like. On the first day, you have all the girls lined up. You can feel the nerves. You can feel how tensed everyone is. Strangely, I was not nervous at all for interviews. Couldn't make it on the first day, so I had to go the next day with another batch of girls. The day I had to go for interviews, I was nervous. The closer you get to it, the more your nerves start to build up. And you go into a room, quite a long room, and the judges are seated on either side. So you have 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's more. I really can't remember. It was a blur. And once you're done, they ring this bell and you have to cross sides and go to the next set of judges. Guys, there are a lot of cameras, there are a lot of people, there are lights, and it's really nerve-wracking, but the judges are so sweet and they feel comfortable. One of the judges asked me why I was pescatarian, because she was pescatarian too. So they really have a conversation with you. When you're going for interviews, you must be confident and you must speak well and you must really be yourself. The judges have to see who you are, mustn't pretend to be someone you're not, and you really just have to speak from your heart and just show them your personality. That's really, really important. A lot of people who wanted to know about being confident. Every 2 or 3 days, a new girl would walk in, a new country would walk in. They're even more beautiful and more experienced than I was, so it's so easy to get intimidated by them. But I was more in awe of them. I would admire them. Beating myself down wouldn't change how I looked. It would only bring myself down. So I really tried to just admire them, learn from them, because obviously they had more experience than I did. Them in their designer outfits every day, it's really easy to get intimidated. So thankful that I had Kamil. He was one person who always checked up on me when no one did except my dad and my family. He gave me his gowns, his beautiful designs. So I was really happy to rock them or try to rock them. Apart from his designs, I was just trying to rock my ASOS and just be happy with what I had. And you don't always have to be in really expensive, extravagant, glammed up designer outfits. It goes to show they just want someone who's relatable. You don't have to look like a made up version of yourself all the time. Just look the best version of yourself. Who was the first contestant that I met? As soon as I left the airport and I got into the Miss Universe bus, minutes later a girl walked in and it was New Zealand, and she was in my group as well, and she was in the room beside me, and we still talk up to date. We're still friends and we still talk, hoping that we can meet each other soon. She's such a beautiful girl with a beautiful soul, and she was one of my favorites in the competition. I'm not too sure, but I think it's Miss Universe on top. This is what someone has told me. Definitely do your research. It's Miss Universe at top, and then we have World, and then the other pageants. There's so many pageants that goes on, so I'm not quite sure. Did I receive any criticism? Criticism wise, I couldn't really tell anyone what was happening because it had to be kept on the low. So I had to be secretive about it. I couldn't tell any friends or family. Everyone got to know through my Instagram when I did post a picture, and people were so confused. And I had my aunt who was invited for the crowning night, and she was shocked. She was like, what's going on? and I couldn't really tell people about it. Some of my friends were shocked because I'm really not the pageant type of girl. This is going to lead to the next question, but I don't know why people always think someone who is a title holder or someone who was a title holder always has to be like this, always has to be put together. No, we are human too. I think the height, guys, I'm not so sure because as far as I know it's 5'8". There were definitely girls who were shorter than me, like a handful of girls who were shorter than me. I think 5'2" may be a little too short, but I know that they do have pageants for the shorter girls, so definitely check those out if pageants is something you want to pursue. We are gonna react. Should have been about something else falling rather than me falling from the heels. The swimwear I walked after Thailand, and oh my god guys, walking after such a big country, it's so intimidating because she's amazing, she's so beautiful, she has so much experience, and Thailand goes and her hair is moving, and then I go in the background like hello, I'm here. And I'm talking about being fit and healthy, which is really important going into pageants. Had I had my diet that I have now and the routine that I have now, I would have been so much fitter, but we can't dwell on the past. How I'm walking, I'm so stiff and I'm so scared. I did trip backstage so many times with those heels. Guys, when you're called into top 16, I don't know how the staff does it. They gather those top 16 bags and they take us to a smaller tent, can't see anything, and we have so many people helping us change, and my heel snaps, and that's one reason why I'm walking so slow. And they put double side tape in my heel. It was in the other shoe that I don't have with me. I have only one shoe right now. It snaps and I was so scared, and while I was walking my heel was wobbling the whole time, and I was afraid, thinking what if I fall, I'm gonna embarrass Sri Lanka, because again we don't have a name across our body, we represent our country. And I was like, if I fall and embarrass myself, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm just gonna be this embarrassing meme of falling on repeat. Walk slowly, take your time, and just don't fall. Just have fun. Feeling that I would make it into top 10. And I have no regrets. All those girls were amazing. The girls who didn't get into top 16 were amazing. I don't know how the judges do it. I feel like every girl deserves something. They've taken care of in Vegas. Care of us so well. When I went there, I hadn't got pampered here. So when I went there, they would drop us bags, fruits, these gowns, hair irons, and I was just like, oh my god, thank you. And the other girls are just like, thanks. Like, it's so normal for them because they got the crown to represent their country. They got all this pampering with the companies and sponsors, but I never had that. So I got fruits, like, thank you for this apple. Like, I was so thankful to even the smallest things. Really took care of us so well, and they really made everyone feel important. From the moment I went there, it didn't matter what my country was, I was treated well, and that's one thing I really, really admire about Miss Universe. There was this one time during my reign as Miss Universe Sri Lanka where I called the organization and I was like, I am willing to get rid of my title because it was so toxic. You couldn't say no to people. If there were people doing tacky interviews and you said no to them, it's unlikely for a Miss Sri Lanka to say no. You don't say no politely because you're uncomfortable. They get so offended by it, and I didn't want to be around that toxic environment. I'm just gonna give you guys a few examples of what I went through, and that's why I wanted to give up my title. There was this shoot and we had a meeting, and there was this lady present, and she was talking about doing this backless shot in this waterfall with this necklace over my shoulder. And honestly, I felt really uncomfortable being backless with like a bunch of guys there as the photographer and like the editors. They were like, you can just wear pasties, and I was just like, no, I don't want to wear pasties in public in front of everyone. And then she took my hands and she was like, the only problem is her hand, she has veins on her hand, we'll have to Photoshop them, can you Photoshop them? And she was like looking at my hands throughout the whole meeting with her face, like at the meeting she would just grab my hand from the table and look at it like this in front of like 6 other people. Just looked disgusted looking at my hands that I had veins. Sorry, I have veins, I wasn't born Photoshopped. Later on when I did inform someone about it, people are going to come back in the industry and you'll have to work with them. So basically I had to zip it and smile throughout. I just don't want to be a pushover. This was another worst experience that I had. I'm just telling you guys 3 things that happened because this video is not about bashing anyone. When I look back, it's not only me who had this experience, it's pretty much all the other title holders who had the same experience as me. I was supposed to go in for rehearsals and they had invited 2 of my Miss Universe girls who were in my year down, so we had Malaysia and Mauritius. And guys, I can't leave them in their hotel room. When they're here, I have to organize dinners. I have to take them out. I went for rehearsals and I stayed for half an hour. So I go to the guy and I'm like, I'm here for rehearsals, and he's like, you go for dinner and come, this is gonna take another few hours, by the time we finish you can have dinner and come. So I was like, okay, and thank God I had a witness, and she after date says, you were there for rehearsals, I can't believe this happened to you. So I'm so thankful she was there. And I take the girls for dinner, and 2 hours later I go back and no one is there. I texted, he saw the message, he didn't reply. I went to the location, no one was there. Had someone needed me there, knowing that I am out for other work, taking Miss Universe girls out and making sure they are taken care of. If someone had called me and said, hey, we're done, we finished early, can you come? I would have come. They're not babies, they could have been eating. I would have gone for rehearsals. No one called me, no one told me where to be. They said a couple of hours. So I went back in 2 hours, no one was there. The next day I had to get ready, and when I turned up, he scolds me in filth, I'm not even kidding, in front of all the other contestants who are going to compete for this pageant. These contestants are literally watching the current Miss Universe Sri Lanka getting treated like this. Why would they want to be Miss Universe Sri Lanka? Seeing the current title holder being screamed at in filth in front of everyone. You know guys, when I was small, I was taught if you're wrong, you zip it and you say you're sorry and you make your mistakes. If you're not wrong, you stand up for yourself and you really let people know that they are wrong in a polite way. So when he was screaming at me in filth, I was like, you really need to know how to talk to me. So as a punishment, the whole time they left me backstage for 4 hours until the whole pageant went on, just locked in the changing room when I had a seat in the front. So that's just how I was treated. Last minute they come grab me and they're like, you have to go on stage now. And I'm in my gown trying to climb 8 stairs. It's really dark and I'm in loud music. This is a pageant going on. And he's telling me what to do, all these things, go here, here, here. They had 4 hours to tell me what to do. There were multiple people who knew what I had to do. No one bothered to tell me within those 4 hours, and they're trying to tell me everything while I'm walking onto stage. I was really sad by it. And later my friend tells me, his auntie came to our house, who's involved in pageants. She didn't know that my friend and I were friends. And she was like, this girl, Christina, she didn't even go for rehearsals. And I was really sad how fast false information was spread about me. And this is just how I was treated. I was really hurt that even after going, spending my money, my dad's money, and representing our country, that I was treated like this on multiple occasions based on not only me but all the other title holders, how they are treated. The reason I didn't speak of this before, I wasn't offended because one, it wasn't the truth. I'm someone who takes jobs very seriously. If someone tells me to be here this time, I'm there. I told him that I messaged him. He's like, who checks messages? It says read. He clearly checked my message and didn't bother replying. It's really important to take care of who goes and represents Sri Lanka. I can't stress on this enough. It's so important because none of the girls have been taken care of. Very toxic. It was very toxic for me. It just breaks my heart that after going and trying to represent our country, that when you come back, despite your hard work the day, even if you're right, you're wrong. This is another video that Kamil sent me the other day, and she's reacting to Miss Universe 2017, so let's watch it.
Sri Lanka, which I think was a surprise for some people, but honestly seeing her in real life, she looks beautiful here, but she was so gorgeous and stunning in real life. You know what, she's so sweet, so cute, but to come after Thailand would be very challenging, because so Sri Lanka, she was beautiful, looked great.
But as I mentioned earlier, coming after Thailand is just like, oh my god. Having 3 hours of learning how to walk in pageants is not going to get me anywhere, even if my heel wasn't broken. But definitely agree with her on that. Thank you so much. There's a lot of pressure because when it comes to hate and cyberbullying, there's a handful of people that call it constructive criticism, and it's not. And people expect you to smile and take it all in. It's unlikely, or it's a shame that you're Miss Universe Sri Lanka. Take my hate and eat it. Standing up to yourself is very important, and if there are a lot of young girls who are there following you or watching you, you really should be teaching them to stand up for themselves and to not let anyone walk all over them. Hope you guys like this video. Please like it and subscribe, and if you have any other pageant questions, leave it in the comments below and I'll be super happy to answer them for you. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys next Tuesday. Bye!